welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a request that I got a while ago. I think it's the oldest request that I have, I'm pretty sure. I got a request to do a video about my Deva cut experience. I got my very first Deva cut a year ago, the end of this month, before I went on hiatus. If you're not familiar with what a Deva cut is, you can look it up. I'm going to skip that for this video. That would be a subject for probably another video, and there is information out there. I found a salon on the My Deva Curl website. I did not use Naturally Curly Salon Finder. Naturally Curly isn't specifically Deva or Curly Girl method, and I think there were salons on the My Deva Curl website that were not on Naturally Curly, so if you're going to look for a salon, I suggest you go to the source and use My Deva Curl. I was able to find a salon 20 to 30 minutes away, and I called them and I got a price, and their Deva cuts are $75, which is pretty good. Deva cuts can go into like triple digits, so I was very happy about that. When I called to make the appointment, the receptionist asked me about my curl type first of all, and I told her I'm mostly 2C mixed with some maybe 3A, depends on the weather and the level of humidity. And she asked me, second of all, how often I wear my hair curly, which is just about every day. I think it's been over a year since I last straightened my hair. And she just wanted to reinforce that since Deva cuts are designed for curly hair, they might not look completely right or symmetrical on straight hair, and she just wanted to be sure that I knew that, which I did. So my stylist's name was Kirsten. She asked me right off the bat to tell her about my hair. So first of all, I told her how my hair varies with the humidity. My second concern was how thin and stringy and frizzy my ends were. I thought this might have just been old heat damage because I didn't do any kind of big trim or big chop, but Kirsten said it also could be because of the wet cut that I had. The layers were cut into the hair without any regard for how the curls clump, so the curls were probably getting split up by the layers, if that makes sense. And she said the dry cut should solve that problem. And my third concern was that I had this kind of love-hate relationship going on with my layers. I like how they add that frame, and I like the movement and the shape that they add, but I felt like there was a chunk missing. Like I had my short face framing layers here, and then I had the length of my hair, but then in here my hair would be really thin. It felt like there was hair missing, if that makes sense. And Kirsten said that that was probably also because of the wet cut, and that a dry cut should eliminate that. I wanted to keep as much of the length of my hair as possible because I'd worked so hard to grow it out. What Kirsten did was she picked up the ends of my hair between her fingers like this, like a pair of scissors. I don't remember exactly, but it was probably maybe like 2 or 3 inches, which to my mind seemed like a lot, to physically show me, and she said to me, this is how much I want to take off. If I take off any less than this, it won't make a big difference in your hair, and it won't be worth your time or money. So she was actually speaking, you know, out of concern for me as a client, not as the scissor-happy hairstylist that a lot of us curlies have come to fear. So I appreciated her honesty, and I figured that it was probably better to lose a few inches that I could always grow back later in the interest of getting my hair healthy and transforming it, making it look a lot better. So I said, that's fine, we'll do that. Before she got to work, she did talk about what she wanted to do with my hair in terms of styling. I don't remember specifics. She did say using a product cocktail, and she did mention using a cream. Now you guys know I'm not a fan of styling creams, but I was more concerned about the actual cut of my hair, and I had enough on my mind with that that I wasn't going to protest how she was going to style it. I'll come home and I'll put my own products in it anyway. There was one surprise. Since all the videos I had watched had shown the hairstylist cutting literally curl by curl, that's what I was expecting Kirsten to do. She might have done some of that, but she was also running her fingers through my hair, kind of breaking up the curl, and then she would pick up chunks and trim them a lot like the way a wet cut is done, or at least that's how it looked to me. It was a little disconcerting at first, but I remembered on the website it said that she was Deva certified, so I just said to myself, okay, we'll roll with it. Maybe it's just a different technique because I have a looser curl pattern. Spoiler, everything turned out fine. I was just taken aback by that, that's all. Then after she was done cutting, she took me over to the wash bowl and she washed my hair and she conditioned it. She used all the Deva products, of course. She diffused my hair with a hair dryer for a little bit, I think, and then she stuck me under a hooded dryer to help get my roots. And then she took me back to her chair and just checked the cut. And she might have made, you know, a little trim here and there, I don't really remember, just to make sure that everything was even once my hair was dry. At first, in the front and around the sides, it felt really short because I wasn't used to having all those layers, and I was kind of worried. And then I looked in the mirror, I saw the nice taper down toward the middle, and that was like, Okay, my hair is actually still here. I noticed that it had better shape and it had better movement, which layers will do to your hair anyway. And probably what I was happiest about was that my ends were much thicker. They didn't have the stringy thing going on. So it seems Kirsten was right. And when I examined my front and side layers, I didn't feel that I had those chunks missing like I did with my wet cut either, which was a big improvement. I was very happy about that. So my final verdict is that I am a believer. I had a second Deva cut done in March, I think, while I was home for spring break, and I'm probably due for another one. My second Deva cut was at that same salon. It was with Kirsten too. I like them a lot. I like the job that she did on my hair. One thing I will note, I did not like the one condition, at least the scent. It's really sugary, makes me think of lime, but it's super sweet, and I could smell it in my hair the entire drive home, and it drove me nuts. I guess that's everything for me to talk about. As always, feel free to leave your comments and questions down below. Make sure you check out all of my social media links. Thanks for all of your support, both old subscribers and new, and I will see you guys next time. Bye! So I said, okay, that sounds good. I like the sound of that. And she went on saying, if I don't, and then she went on to tell me, if I take off any less, it probably, I noticed it just overall had better shape and better movement, which is due to it having layers anyway. That's what they do.